Hi, Twin Flames. Welcome to this Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine Tarot Love Reading. I'm Alara the Alchemist. Hope to be your guide on your Twin Flame journey. I've been off a little this week. The energies that have come in have really affected the heart chakra. And I know for a lot of us, this has caused fatigue and just, general unease. We've had to take it pretty easy. So just remember that as you are spiritually ascending, you are physically ascending as well because of the solar energies that are coming in. And your body's upgrading from a 2-strand DNA into a 12-strand DNA. So it's very hard physically. The more inner child work that you do, the more healing that you do inside your soul, inside your spirit, will improve the physical symptoms of this. But this ascension stuff is not easy on us in any way, shape, or form. And that's why we're here. We signed up to be awake during this time and doing our mission work, which is helping others understand the process of getting out of the matrix that we've been enslaved to in humanity. Um, you know, this planet runs on universal laws, and I hope to be making videos soon of that, with some talks on that. And my DM has told me to get my face on YouTube, so stay tuned when I get that set up. But this planet runs on universal laws. Of correspondence, cause and effect, and we've never been taught how to play the game. So it reflects in every aspect of our life, emotionally, financially, and physically, because our lifestyle is not congruent with the laws of the game on this planet. So we suffer physical illness and disease. And there's just so much to learn about living a life of abundance on this planet. And that doesn't, just mean your money or your happiness, it means your physical health as well. So I just wanted to say a little bit about that. If you feel like resting, you need to rest. Try not to go into any emotional battles. And from the looks of this, we may be in a pretty good spot. I know we are. But let's dive into the reading. I went ahead and pre-shuffled because my brain is too tired to think with shuffling and talking at the same time. So I use the Lenormand cards as an indicator of the heart of the matter. And as it does, a lot of times the woman came up on the bottom of the deck, the divine feminine. So that's what's in your masculine's thoughts. Um, and these two cards together could indicate a boss or a lonely or aloof man. And so he may be presenting to you as, kind of standoffish. He may be keeping his distance from you right now. Either, in physical time or emotional. Well, I live with mine, and there's periods that, there's emotional distance between us. So trying to balance that out while they're in your, physical reality, is hard because the energies trigger all of us to work through our traumas and past hurts. And, you know, even though we're all on kind of the same timetable with these templates of ascension, the experience that it triggers in you, could be different than what it triggers in me. So when you live with somebody, you have to be mindful of that. If you're going through a hard time, chances are your counterpart's going through a hard time too. Um, but hopefully the energies will lighten up soon. It's the Schumann resonance has been spiking and flatlining, and I don't know, it's going crazy. But The divine feminine seemed to be in a really good spot. The message for the last week was to get into mission. And the first card that comes forth for them is the Queen of Wands, which I don't have it in the. There we go. The Queen of Wands. And she's got her healing on. She's got her hand firmly grasping her wants, wishes, and desires. She's got her little familiar down here to help with her intuition, and she's ready for her projects to bloom. You know, and conversely, the masculines have been presented with opportunities lately for growth, spiritual growth, or financial growth, and they've working on standing in their truth and gaining a little victory. But that may cause, as we focus on mission and as they focus on the new opportunities and the, you know, standing in their truth, there's going to have to be some downtime here. A lot of times the high priestess can indicate a break, um, but she is balanced in her, light and dark. She's integrated, she's fruitful, she knows the tree of knowledge, she's mother, maiden, crone. And this is, as we work on mission and they work on what they're working on in 3D land, this all balances out. And you could have had a little victory lately. He's been victorious in some of his battles. It's been hard for the masculines as their 3D reality's crumbling. Their foundations are crumbling. All these institutions and organizations and people that we all believed in, what's happening to our world. So, whereas the feminine has been awake for a little while and seen this coming, sometimes the masculines didn't really, they're too busy working and sorting things out to worry about their intuitive side. But that's what's been triggered lately, is their intuition to start coming into play. See, they're not just working, they're working smarter, not harder, if that makes sense. We're tasting some victory here, but we need to make sure that we haven't been felt left out in the cold, because as we work on our pursuits and he works on his pursuits, and we have taken a little time out probably, and he seems lonely and aloof and business oriented, if we keep our emotions in check and keep our focus on our mission, because the mission makes sense of the madness. We don't really have a choice. It's either going to drive us crazy or we're going to figure it out, twin flames. Y'all know this. When you've met that person that breaks your heart in such a way that you have no choice but to pick the pieces up and figure out how that will never happen again. Like, your twin flame is your energetic mirror, your divine counterpart, and you have a infinite bond right here that can never be broken. They're not the one you can walk away from, and that's what this process is here for, to make us finally get serious about these little spiritual nudges that we have been feeling for the past 10-15 years, ladies, divine femmes. If you're here, if you're listening to this, you've been getting these nudges, signs, synchronicities your whole life. It's time to do something about it. It's time to, focus on yourself and your healing and your growth, because you came in prepared to help humanity move forward into 5D, into the new earth. This is the heaven that we've been promised, okay? We've been on this earth toiling along for thousands of years. We've been promised eternity, and it's coming. And we don't have to die to experience it. We can be resurrected in our spirit and come forth and show other people the true way, the truth, how to live. Sorry, I get on tangents. Um, so our wheels turning. If we keep balancing out our emotions and keep balancing out our efforts, this will pay off. We will achieve union, but you have to come into union with yourself first. Um, I love these Dreams of Gaia cards for the shadow self aspect. And this card, I wish I had a better camera, but the bottom of the deck is this guy here, and it's just, to me, it's beautiful twin flame. The twin flames can only be held and achieved when we come into union with ourselves. Okay? It does not happen the other way around. You can't fake it till you make it with this. You've really got to go inside and get a hold of yourself and your spirit and heal your spirit. Um, and the suggestion on the Divine Feminine is the mother. I mean, she's all about unconditional love. Sorry, I keep doing this wrong. She's all about unconditional love and loving herself and extending that unconditional love to ourselves is where we lack. So that's come up quite a bit in my reality lately. You know, I tend to give until I don't have anything left to give, and then I'm a mess. So as our masculine is over here working on his shadow self and becoming his man in his 3D reality, this may be the first time in his life that he's standing on his own 2 feet, that he's walking away from a third party situation, that he's seeing you walk your path and the changes you make and how you handle emotional conflicts and the ups and downs of life, and that's reflecting over onto him, whether it be energetically and nobody notices the change in him but you, or whether he's visibly watching the miracle appear in your life. We have to become the miracle first before we see it reflected in anybody else. And all the green with the healing and the earth here, that seems to be the case. And I think right now we're on a good trajectory, but there just may have been a little off in the meantime. There may have been a little separation where communication wasn't as fluent. And that can be a lot of the energies too, guys. We're tired. We may not feel like talking about things or, delving into emotional things. So focus on mission. That's the key. And let's figure out this game of life and make it easier on everybody else and ourselves. I'm out. Speak to you later.